Dear brothers and sisters, today we record another video in Toronto, in Canada, and I want to say a few more things about the Orthodoxy here, about the faith coming to this place, and what is happening here these days in terms of mission, in terms of church ministry. Last time I've talked about the monks from Vala Monastery who came to Alaska in the end of the 18th century, in 1794, Saint Herman of Alaska, and they've established the mission, which keeps running until now. But even earlier than that, in 1592, there was a explorer, a Greek explorer, Ioannis Phokas, who came with a task from King of Spain, Philip II, to explore the coast of North America, and in the places on the shore of the Pacific Ocean, where the British Columbia and Vancouver, he's done some explorations there. So he is the Orthodox explorer who came to these lands that many years ago. And after the mission that was began later, 200 years later, by the monks, the priests, they went to all parts of North America, both in Canada and in the United States. And priests whose names we know, Father Dmitry Kamenev and Father Michael Andriadis, Father Jacob Korchinsky, Father Hegumen Arseny Chagovstov, and many others, Father Vladimir Alexandrov. Many missionaries, they've labored here more than 100 years ago, in the beginning of the 20th century. At the time when not just missionaries, but also large numbers of immigrants came to Canada to develop this land from Ukraine and other Orthodox places, other countries, and Bulgaria, also Romania, Moldova. And these people, they've developed the core of what is the Orthodox Church here today, and they've preserved this faith, and they've brought this faith to many local people from other countries, non-Orthodox countries, and to the Aboriginals as well. At that time, the church was under one jurisdiction, as I said, and later, because of revolution in Russia and other political and economical problems, we know about the First World War and about collapse of the Ottoman Empire, conflicts in Balkans and in other areas, Zakarpattia. All these tensions, all these issues, they've influenced communities here in Canada as well, in the North America, and this brought about the split of these jurisdictions and emerging of new jurisdictions, okay, Orthodox. So we now have jurisdiction of Serbian Church, Constantinople, Romanian, Bulgarian, Antiochian, Russian, different jurisdictions, and all of them are Orthodox and one in faith, but administratively speaking, they are separate. This phenomenon of parallel jurisdictions, which is not good. It's not good. It's better that in one country, everyone, all Orthodox, are united, are under one bishop or archbishop or metropolitan. But now we have these parallel jurisdictions, and well, what can we do? We need to learn how to cooperate, how to do witnessing, testimony together, to avoid this false perception that there are different types of Orthodox. There is Greek Orthodox, there is Russian Orthodox, Bulgarian Orthodox. It sounds like that it's different religions, but it's one church, and it's not for Russians or for Greeks or for Serbians. It is for everyone to gain salvation through the true full union with Christ. And when we say Orthodox, just Orthodox, okay, people think it's Jewish Orthodox, okay. So all of these problems we need to overcome, we need to face. Otherwise, there will be no mission. The mission will not be convincing to people of modern day Canada. Another development in the 20th century came from the immigrants who were forced away from Soviet Union. Theologians and philosophers who had to leave went to Europe, to France, Germany. Many of them came here to North America, and they've established seminaries and translated many books about Orthodoxy. They wrote many books. They've explained what the Orthodox faith is to people of different background, to people who used to be Catholics or Protestant, so that the society would be familiar, would find, everyone would be able to find his way to the Orthodox faith. So this great development took place during the 20th century, and now we have seminaries, Orthodox seminaries in many cities in New York. Even here in Toronto, there is a seminary, Orthodox seminary, preparing priests and missionaries here to serve here in Canada, and to use English as the main language, and to preach the gospel to locals, to Canadians. And this task is it's not that easy, okay? Not only because we have this separation. Well, it's not really separation, but it gives people false idea that we're split into different churches, but we're not. The other issue that we have is that the society now is a post-modern, post-Christian society. People who used to be Protestant or Catholic, they lost their faith, and they've embraced something new. Okay, it may be a new age religion, it may be some kind of non-religious life that has no need for anything, just consumption, just mammon, what we call mammon. So in this kind of world, in this kind of society, in this rich, overall, it's not a poor country, it's developed capitalist country. To overcome all these temptations, this lifestyle, we need to be very strong in faith, and otherwise people will not be willing to change their life and abandon all these goodies of modern lifestyle. So, and way of thinking, this modern way of thinking that has no place for moral life, for serving Christ, just serving ego, okay, serving mammon. In this setting, it's not easy, and we also need to embrace all these modern ways of doing mission, internet, Facebook, YouTube, and do it, of course, in a language that people understand, to serve in this language. There is also a need to do a mission to the First Nations, who are marginalized and deprived They live in very bad conditions, separated from civilization, and there are tremendous social problems in that areas. We need to address all those issues. We need to have more missionaries and more people willing to sacrifice themselves to carry on this mission in these areas. These days there are over 30 parishes in Toronto alone. There is a monastery not far from here, Orthodox monastery, but this is not enough. This is not enough. We need more. We need to do the mission to the Chinese communities here. So more and more Chinese in Canada, and Indians, Persians, because this is now clearly a country of immigrants. Okay, let us think about these things. Pray, please pray for the mission here in Canada, on this Canadian soil. And we need to feel that the Church is one and it's united in every place on the planet, every country, and we need to keep carrying on this testimony, this ministry to our Lord, to bring more and more people to Him. May the Lord help us, bless every one of you, and see you soon again.